probably the most talked about topic, Tony, is the champs, your word, champ.
Where did I
Saying
say
to keep a lid on
Gee,
this.
where did I
No,
say
no,
champ?
no,
Can you? I want to see that. I don't believe that I would have called
yeah,
it
many
champ.
people have heard you say that. But we are trying to keep a lid on this. Barrier menace, that's the key topic. Now, we put him out for a spell. Initially it was going to be, we were going to, on the way back home, stop at Tells for some tighten up his tardy barrier menace. Been a change to that game plan. Talk us through that and what your idea is going forward with that.
Well, I'm probably going to be damned if I did or damned if I didn't, in the sense of a result. That's what it's all about, getting the horse to jump cleanly. He doesn't have an issue with the barriers. He had an issue with jumping with the other horses. Now, I think a lot of that was due to the fact that he was a colt and that his level of concentration was distracted by others around him and by the gate opening. When he went to Tal Nolans as part of his education in the early stages, that wasn't an issue. It only became an issue as the horse got fitter and as he got more reactive to things. When he was unfit and dopey as such, it wasn't an issue. As he got fitter and there was a lot more things going on around him in the barrier stalls, Jake was pretty adamant that he was more distracted by what was going on than concentrating. And I think by gelding, I'd be confident that that should alleviate that problem. Now, we'll work on that pretty well straight away within the first, say, 3 weeks. If it proves to be an issue...
Just going to stop you there, just working on that. How do you work on that?
Well, we've got barriers still set up at the track. And so we'll take him down and we'll film it so people can see for themselves that he jumps on opening of the gates. And that we don't want to do that too much because you can fry their brain a little bit, and what you can turn that into a bigger issue. It's like, as I referred to before, like a teenage kid. You can belt them and you can be harsh on it, and they can go one way or the other. You know, we tend to want to work with the horse, so he'll tell us pretty straight. You know, I would think early doors whether that's going to be an issue or not. The reason we're doing that is if we send him away, that concentrated effort will take about a month of work. That'll extend his prep a lot further. So instead of looking at the horse trialling in about 7 or 8 weeks' time, if we have to send him away for that barrier work, we'd be looking at a 12-week period. And if we can save that month, well and good. If we're concerned, well, we won't have an option.
Can I paint this picture for you? We're a month or two down the track, we get to our first trial, everyone's excited, we get a big crowd there, and we missed the kick by 8.
Yeah.
Are you going to feel the abusive phone calls, death threats, where do they...
Well, that's part and part. You know, you make decisions based on the information you've got in front of you. And horses, it can make you look an idiot most times.
Some of us don't need a horse to actually help.
You can, as I said, you can do everything where you think, and then under pressure, that's, you know, they'll, as I said, make an idiot out of you. You know, I've just got to make those judgment calls. 31 years at it, Tim.
Yeah, oh no.
So I've had
Group 1 winning trainer.
But all sorts of behavioural problems. And that's one that I've had before. That's why I made the call on, say, I think the gelding will help him, and that we'll have a look before we send him off, because the gelding in itself might be enough to say, yeah, that's fine. And in that sense, we'll save a month.
Yeah.
And that means we're going to get to the races earlier.
And that probably leads us into the next question, and that is talk us through maybe a timetable. We're here 23rd of March.
I would think probably middle of May, he'd be looking at a trial. You know, we just go over a lot of the things, but the beauty about where we got to in that first prep and getting to the trials, basically, last time without getting the races, is that, you know, all that education's been done. So we only have to refresh, really. And he hasn't come back, he's not a heavy, gross horse. So he's an athletic horse. So level of fitness would take about probably 6 weeks. 5 or 6 weeks, and then we'll get back to that trial stage.
Normally, for those who haven't been through this, a trial will probably be at Cranbourne or Mornington.
Probably Mornington first. We'd work on having them at home first.
Okay, we normally have a couple of trials.
Yeah.
Like trials.
Two, we're probably moving more. There's a lot more pressure on you to have more trials now than there have been in the past, because you're going to the races and you're competing against trainers now that will trial horses 3 or 4 times. So they'll have a level of fitness that you're going to match. Otherwise, you're going there unfit, and most people, aren't going to tolerate going there not being competitive. So, we'll just see 2, definitely 2, and then depending on his results there, that'll make the decision on whether we race or not.